Good evening once again to all of you. I am going to speak on user experience, one of the most misunderstood concept perhaps. So this is me, Nayan Bheda. I am founder of Indian School of E-Business and Advantage. So we train entrepreneurs like you guys to start their online startup. And one of the most popular courses that we have running in Mumbai, and now we are launching it online. So that's me. I have been a serial entrepreneur. Over 2 decades of experience. I have done a lot of businesses. In fact, this is my 11th venture. All ventures funded, and I have taken exits also from the venture. Currently, I'm engaged in about 3 different ventures right now. And I have also had an opportunity of setting up business in UK and Australia. So much required global exposure, which is required today in today's world. It's there with me. Now, let me start with the UX. So what is UX? User experience. So what does it mean? Navigation experience, okay? Anybody else? Experience of the user. All right, great. Yeah, user experience means experience of the user. Very nice. What a definition. Eddie, I admire your intelligence. Anybody else? Yeah. Very good. I agree. Yes, Piyush. What is the experience you are giving to the user on your website? All right. Anybody else from their backbenches? Nobody? All right. So, everything that a user undergoes, everything, when the user interacts with a product or a brand or a company. So, like you said, interaction, and that's true. Absolutely. You know, the experience which a user witnesses while he interacts with a product or a brand or a company is user experience. That means don't create the experience. Whatever it is, good or bad, the user is going to go through some experience. Your job is to get a good experience for the user. That's what your job is. Your objective would be to make it a good experience and not experience. Experience already exists, whether it's a good or bad. Okay, moment a user interacts with your product or a brand or a company, the experience starts. So never ever think that you can create experience, but of course you have to think how you can make it a good experience for the people. Now, we have always, I mean, whenever we talk about UX, along with UX, you always hear about UI, user interface. Okay. So any idea what is user interface and what is user experience? Nobody? Yep. UI is graphical interface. Uh, How look and feel of it, okay? UI is static, all right? Great. So UI is the interface through which he interacts, and UX is the experience which he or she gets. Yeah. All right. So the way you engage the user, engagement tools are UI, and the experience which a user gets while using those tools is UX. That means, guys, please, X is not UI. This is a common mistake many people do, that they treat UI as a UX. UX is much more than UI. In fact, UI is a subset of UX. One of the methods to give a good experience is UI. Yeah. So user experience is on, it's a superset, and user interface is more. User experience is all about how they feel while they are doing it, whereas user interface is what people use to interact. The tool or the interface or anything that you use, whether it's an app, whether it's a website, whether it's a product, whatever it is, even a product is a tool, and that's a user interface, whereas experience is all about emotional things. And user interface is more about technical things. Okay. So while you were talking about user experience, you have to think from the psychology of the user, more from emotional state of mind, and whereas when you talk about UI, it's more about technicalities. So when you are hungry and let's say you're looking for noodles, then this is what people look for. This is what perhaps you're looking for. This is the tool through which it is served, and this is what the user gets an experience. How you make it look, how you make the person get a good experience. Yes. Yep. Agreed. So I'll come to those points. I agree with you. So the gentleman here is saying that uh, it's not only user interface, and which that's what I said in the beginning. In fact, user experience encompasses a lot of other things. It goes beyond your website and app. It goes beyond your user interface. But since we're talking about e-commerce and we're talking about the online business, so website is one of the most common things people use. Yeah. But yeah, I'll cover those things what you're saying, and I agree with you. This is how, just to give you an analogy, what a user looks for, how you package it, and what is the overall experience finally the user gets. Now, I'll be taking you through 10 principles for a good user experience. If you follow these 10 principles, then you have a very high chance of developing or giving a very good experience to your users. First is anticipate. You got to anticipate how or what your users are going to behave when they're interacting with your website, app, or even if a product. Okay, you got to think not like a technical person, but you got to put yourself in the uh, shoes of your user, and then anticipate what your users are going to when they. For example, if the user when he clicks or she clicks, what he or she is going to expect thereafter, and that is what you are supposed to provide. Yeah. So you got to think from the user and not from the technology point of view. I mean, one of the most common mistakes people do is they think technology, but I think user experience is more about anticipating the behavior of the user, whether it's online or whether it's, even if it's offline. Even if it's a product, then how they are going to use that product. Yeah. One more thing in this point is you got to even maintain consistency. When, let's say on your website in some pages, you have certain buttons on right hand corner and the similar buttons on some other pages on left hand corner. Now user is going to get confused. It's a bad experience. Because if there's no consistency, if let's say in the right hand top corner you have a search, then all the pages should have a search only on right hand corner and not somewhere else. Because that's what user is expecting. He's anticipating that search yahan pe hoga. Yeah. So anywhere, whether whatever data or whatever content or contents you're going to put, you have to ensure that there's a consistency maintained across each channel. Not only just for placement, but even between channels. For example, if you're setting up a website or if you have an app or if you have any other communication reaching out to customers or your users, that means you have to have a maintain the uniformity, consistency, including your designs also. Okay. So everywhere you need to maintain consistency so that people know this is where I can expect. Customers don't like unpleasant surprises. Okay. So any surprise which comes to a customer, they are not going to like it. So a consistency has to be maintained. Yeah. Let me give you an example. I am a user of iPhone. Now, people who use iPhone, let me tell you my user experience. There are 10 things on iPhone which I have writing a blog. 10 things which iPhone has got a bad user experience. Let me just give one example which fits here. In an iPhone, on a keypad, when you want to type something, let's say you open a WhatsApp, people want to can try it, open their iPhone and see, okay, open a keyboard, And then let's say I want to enter a special character. So there is a small button given there for a special character. I click there, and then there are two layers of special characters. Now plus is a second layer. So I have to press that button twice. The problem with the user experience is the first time I press the button it is lower, second time when I have to press the button it is upper. Bad experience, and most of the time I make mistake. Why can't they place it at the same place? Consistency. Why can't they do it? I mean, they should be anticipating. मैं उधर ही दबाने वाला हूँ because I need a special character. It's a plus which is on a second layer. So I am going to press it twice, and invariably I make mistake. There are one more thing. I am using iPhone 6s Plus, big size. Yeah. So as far as the property is concerned, they have enough property. 5.5 inch is a quite a long phone. But in a keypad, they still have not put numbers on the keypad. I still have to press a button to get numeric. Samsung has done it, and iPhone still believes in the same old method. Okay, why do you want me to? So this is some of the user experience which I have witnessed on iPhone. So these are the bad experiences. One more example I want to give is about scroll. Anticipate when, so people like to scroll and not paginate. Okay, so if there is a long text or a list of something, people don't like pagination. Okay, they like scroll. Now if I reach at the end of the scroll, what is user going to expect? Somehow it has to know, the user should know कि ये end हुआ है. So if I come to the end of the, and if I still scroll further, it has to that this is the end of the list. I mean, this is all small things what makes a good experience for the user. I mean, these are just some of the, so anticipate how user is going to behave, what he's expecting, and you got to build that. No compromise on that.